Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem, Shai Hashem, Kakodah. Shalom to the 144,000 and rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. I'm going to entitle this video, This is the Valley of Jehoshaphat, Prophecy in the Making. So, I want you to watch this video. I only watched up until about this right here, about here. I think I went about here, but I came back because I wanted to get this picture, this map. As you can see, right smack dab in the middle is Syria. Syria's been in the news for obvious reasons. Got the Euphrates right here. You got you got Turkey. You got Turkey right here. So you got the Red Sea, so forth. Israel. Lebanon, by the way, is part of our land. One of the things that Moses saw was Lebanon. So Lebanon is a part of our land. You got Damascus. So I wish I could open up this map if there was a bigger map. You know, I looked this up. As you watch the video, HTS, lead operations. You got these various colors. So HTS controls this, Turkey back, SNA control this and this. Israel Defense Forces, IDF, what do they control? Okay, they control way down here. So there's small, unidentified opposition groups. Over here, lost regime territory. Over here, SDF, Kurdish-led groups. That's right here. And you got Turkey, because Turkey is to the east. You got Russia up here, you know, like if you had a bigger map, a wider map, showed more of the Middle East, so the Great Levant. So anyway, I'm going to give you a couple of precepts, not in any necessary order. A bunch of them came to my mind at the same time. All right, Joel 2 is the first one. Joel 2. Okay, 20. But I will remove far off from you the northern army. The northern army is not Russia. The northern army, sometimes when you come across the word the north or northern, sometimes it's talking about Russia, sometimes it's talking about the United States. It says army, and I will drive him into a land barren and desolate. Give me a second. The hell? Let me slide this over here. The land barren and desolate is further down here. I'm sorry. Well, you got like around here. But they're gonna, that's their starting point. Further down, this area right here. You got the Mediterranean over here. You got the Red Sea, the Euphrates is over here. The Tigris is about here. Then you got the Nile, which is over here. So Egypt is down here. So you got all these groups. Then you're going to have Germans in it. Anybody that possesses these high-tech weapons will be down there to get a piece of this land. Okay, so let me come back over here. I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive them into a land barren and desolate. Now, when you go back to Operation Desert, what was it called? It was Desert Storm, and that was the Iraqi war And it goes back to '92 with the Daddy Bush, and then you had Baby Bush come up in there. You had Clinton, then you had Baby Bush, with his face toward the East Sea and his hinder part toward the utmost sea, and his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he hath done great things. Daniel 7 says he spoke great words, right? It was a mouth given to him, not so many words. Okay, so let me, what I'm gonna do? Let me go into the NLT. Same precept, Joel 2 verse 20. You guys saying, Miguel, I don't see nothing going. You don't see nothing because the Most High closed your eyes. NLT, I will drive away these armies from the north. I will send them into the parched wastelands. That's what they did go back into the history of Desert Storm. Those in the front will be driven into the Dead Sea. Now it says Dead Sea, but it's not the Dead Sea. Got these scholars saying it's the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea is not talking about the Dead Sea. From those at the rear into the Mediterranean. The strength of their, because it says it's a desolate land. The Dead Sea, you look at a map of the Dead Sea, it's not a desolate land. The desolate land is a middle. You got east of the Red Sea, and west of, let's say, Kuwait. That's all desert land, also known as Havilah. It says the stench of their rotten bodies will rise over the land. Surely Yahweh have done great things. So every member of the Northern Army, militaries, the 4, 5, 6 branches of the military that go down there and they ain't coming back. They're going to be part of that land. They're going to be a permanent fixture. They're going to be the soil of that land. Okay? It says, don't be afraid, my people. Be glad now and rejoice, for Yahweh has done great things. So the elect don't get shook up by it. Don't be afraid, O animals of the field, for the wilderness pastures will soon be green, because that's the kingdom. Kingdom's going to be on the earth. The trees will again be filled with fruit. Now, this is a scripture to show you that Palestine is going to be destroyed and Babylon going to be destroyed, but Palestine is going to be built back up, because that's our land. Rejoice, you people of Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, but it's also a place. Rejoice in Yahweh, your God, your power, for the rain he sends demonstrates his faithfulness once more. The autumn rains will come. That's the ingathering, as well as the rains of spring. Now, what does that mean? That's your first fruit, your feast of week, the weeks. The Feast of Weeks started during the time of the Passover, and you had, that was in the spring before the summer came in, and then you had a year-end gathering, which was the autumn. I'm glad they said that. So you really had 2 Feasts of Weeks, but the law goes into the first one. It says the former and the latter rain. Let me show you that. 23, right? Let me show you that. It should say former and latter rain. Former rain is the Feast of Weeks, and then you have a latter rain which comes in at the end of the summer going into fall. And we don't go through that. We don't do that because we don't have no land. We got to have land. So the Lord is saying, don't be afraid. The land's going to be built back up. Okay, it does say that. It says, be glad then, ye sons of Zion, and rejoice in Yahweh, your power, for he hath given you the former rain moderately, and he will cause to come down for you the rain, the former rain, and the latter rain in the first month. The first month is the Abib, which is like March, April. Sometime in the mid to late March into April is the Passover. And then you have the Feast of Weeks. So you have 2 Feasts of Weeks. It goes on, it says, and the floor shall be full of wheat. That's your former and latter rain. The crop is going to grow. So this is after the destruction comes. Because the destruction is when these bodies are going to be part of the earth. Then armies represent Babylon, the Babylon's armies. So this is coming to pass right now. You watch this. I didn't watch the whole thing, but they said enough. But they don't know. See, Esau bring out certain things, and they can't filter it through the scriptures because they don't know. Christians will never go into this. Vocab will never go into the Middle East and Armageddon and Valley of Jehoshaphat, because he doesn't know the prophecy. They don't teach you that in theological seminaries. Why? Because they don't know it. You go to the Bible Hub and you go, let's say Revelation 12, Revelation 17, Revelation 13, or whatever, Revelation 6. They're gonna botch it because they don't understand it. Now, if you go to Daniel 2 and Daniel 7, they will break it down partially. Babylonians, Medo-Persians. Then when it comes down to the seventh chapter of Daniel, the beast that was diverse from the rest, they will tell you it's a Roman Empire, but they're not going to tell you, well, there's a second leg of the Roman Empire. So they don't, and they can understand it. All they got to do is watch us. And this is what we're known for. Like I said, this clown called us the prophets of doom, and I take that as a compliment. A prophet meaning to say something before. What are we saying? But that's going to happen before it happens? Doom. Look up the word doom. So we are prophets of doom. Who killed Superman? Doom. All right, let me come back over here. Let me see, where am I at? All right, let me go to, all I got to do is skip over. So people that fell off and say, I don't see nothing happening. We see everything. Right, 7th verse, be Joel 3 and 7. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them. Where was ye sold? To the main place was over here. And will return your recompense upon your own head. So they got to pay. These people that took us, you had Jake that was wicked, that was selling their own people. You had Ham that was a part of that. You had the Arabs that was a part of that. They going into captivity too. They're on the list of the enemies list in Psalms 83. And Esau is the main one. They're the main ones that's going to be going, starting with the super rich, the elite. And I will sell your sons and your daughters in the hand of the children of Judah, and shall sell them to the Sabians, which are, Hamites, to a people far off, for the Lord has spoken this. And I believe this goes back to Sheba, the land of Sheba. Let me look that up. I did it before, so I just want to make sure. Prove all things, so I'm proving it to myself. Sabians. Let's go into the word Sabians. And some of these nations are going to be taskmasters over other nations. You're going to have taskmasters over Esau, which are the other. We're not going to have tasks. We're going to have taskmasters. We're not going to be the taskmasters. Right. Sabian is supposed to mean drunkard, or he who is coming, the people of the nation of Sheba. Sheba. Give me a second here. So let's look up the word Sheba. Map of the land called Sheba. Let's see what comes up. Sheba in the Bible. Cush. It says Cush. There is no consensus on the exact location of Sheba in the Bible, but modern scholars generally place it in the area of South Arabia and the Horn of Africa. The most likely candidate is the ancient kingdom of Sheba in modern day Yemen. So let's open this map, because I'm going to locate Sheba. Okay, Sheba is supposed to be way down here. That's at the foot of the Red Sea. So you got Havilah. Havilah is supposed to be up here too. This is called Havilah. And remember the Queen Makeda, which was the queen of Sheba, she went with her caravans to come up to meet Solomon. See, there was kings and dignitaries coming from all over to meet this man, because that was Jehoshaphat. So, let me see. Come on back. And so it says 39. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles and nations, prepare a war, wake up the mighty men, the military men. Let all the men of war draw near. Where are they going to draw near to? The valley of Jehoshaphat. Let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. The weaker nations, the equalizer is missiles. I am and I'm gonna go to a list of ICBM countries that possess ICBM missiles. I am strong because of the missiles. Great equalizer. Assemble yourself and come, all ye heathen nations, and gather yourself. They're talking about, well, what about the heathens? Well, the heathens are going to be in that war. And gather yourself together round about, thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. That's talking about the angels. When you read Revelation 16 and Revelation 9, speaks about the 4 angels in the river Euphrates, bound in the river Euphrates. Let the heathen be wakened, the other nations be wakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, right? The valley of Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat is Yahweh's, Jehoshaphat, which is Yahweh's judgment. Shaphat means judgment. So GOCC, the leader of GOCC, you can ask him, well, what does this mean? That's the Most High's name. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is right. That's also in Revelation 14. Is right, come get you down, for the press is full, and the fat is a stuff that comes out the grape, where you get, in other words, you stomp on the grapes to get the blood out of the grapes. Actually, wine is also called blood of the grapes. You got a wine called sangria. Sangria it means blood. So it's a blood of the grapes. So when you go to Revelation 14, it says in not too many words that Yahushua, he's going to take all the Edomites and put them in a vat, and he's going to stomp on them and make them into wine. That's why his garments is going to be red. But his garments are not going to be red. That's parabolic. That's what John on the Isle of Patmos, the apostle, saw, but it didn't mean that. When Yahushua come back clean and white, he ain't going to have a spot on him. He ain't going to have a spot on him, man. It also says that in Isaiah 36. He's not going to have a heart or a lung or eyeball on his garment, man. He ain't going to come down and mingle himself in that blood. So stop it. For their wickedness is great. Right. They trying to establish this new world order. The last act they're going to do is they're going to usher in the MOTB. Bishop Nate, you better get on the program and stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing with the Most High's name and stop playing with the Most High's prophecies, or the Most High will take you out. He can take something from you. Multitudes, which are the nations in the valley of decision, for the day of Yahweh is near in the valley of decision. The valley of decision is also known as Jehoshaphat. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw from their shining. Yahweh also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. From what? The missiles. But Yahweh will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of. If you don't know, well, the hope of his people is anybody that's a Christian. No, it says, and the hope of the children of Israel. The hope of his people are the Israelites. Who is the people of the Most High? The Israelites. So shall we know that I am Yahweh, your power, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy. That's the kingdom. And that's the new covenant. When the new covenant comes, you will be holy. There shall no strangers pass through her anymore. Oh, well, no, you're going to have other nations in the kingdom. Nope. They're not going to be coming to the inner court. That's in Revelation 11 and about the second verse. It says Judah will be blessed, right? Oh, Ezekiel chapter 37, where it reads like you think it's talking about the God is going to come get the Israelite. No, it's talking about the land. It's talking about the land. Some of our people are down there. There's another precept in my mind that just lost it. Oh, Revelation. What is that, 20? I'll go right down to 7. Right, the first resurrection is for the elect. The other Israelites that don't make it, they're going to come back through us. They're not going to go burn in hell. Stop listening to Nate. 7 verse, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan, which are you so-called white people, Edomites, shall be loose out of his prison. What do you think about Christopher Columbus, King Ferdinand, Queen Isabella, Torquemada, Christopher Columbus, coming to the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria coming to the Americas? That's when the devil came back into power. And when he came back this time, the deadly wound was healed. It truly became a world empire, a world power. Rome was not a world power. It was a world power in that region. It says, and shall go out to deceive the nations through their politics, through their Christianity, through their lies, democracy, which are in the four quarters of the earth, north, south, east, and west, Gog and Magog. It should be Gog from Gog, which are the Russians, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. Joel 2, Joel 3. We just read it, right? which is the valley of Jehoshaphat. Yahweh's, he said he's going to plead with them. You look up the word plead, the word there is Shaphat, which means judge. He's going to judge them. It says, and they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints. The camp of the saints are Israel, but the camp of the saints is also Israel, the land Israel, Palestine, about and the beloved city. And fire came down from the Most High out of heaven and devoured them. Those are the missiles, because that's the Most High's. When it said fire, that's the Most High's army. One of the armies of the Most High, the Yahweh Shem Yahushai, are those missiles. Behold, I create the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and I have created the waster to destroy. That's one of his armies. And the devil that deceiveth them was cast into the lake of fire. That's talking about Babylon the Great. All right? So, you can watch this video. And like I said, when I started watching it, them precepts came to my mind. And there's many other precepts that you can go to, which I'm not going to go to. But they don't know, these people. Okay, this is Jimmy Dore. He's a comedian. But he gets on the hypocrisy of this country and countries around the world. He knows a lot of things, but he doesn't know the Bible. They're not going to say, well, you know, that's in Joel 2 and Joel 3 and also in Revelation chapter 20. And do you realize that America's better? They don't know how to filter these things that are happening, these world events happening. They don't know that it's the fulfillment of the scriptures. Because a lot of them don't believe in the scripture. Even if they say they believe in the scriptures, they don't believe in the scripture because they don't know this. To believe in something, you got to know it. You got to know it. You don't know the scriptures, man. None of you scholars, none of you know these scriptures. Anytime you deal with a Christian, you control the narrative, like I've been saying, and you go into the prophecies and see, I'm going to say no. None of them, God logic, don't know the prophecies. That raisin head nigga, Elder Mike, he don't know the prophecies. Vocab Malone, he damn sure don't know the Bible. None of them guys understand the prophecies. They do not understand the prophecies of the scriptures. That's why they want to say, well, God the Father, God the Son is the same, which is not true. And let's deal with salvation for Jesus. Whose salvation is coming for who? Coming for everybody? No, only coming for Israel. All right. So anyway, with that, on to the next. Shalom.